What's going on, y'all? My name is David Deluxe Burgess. I'm a member of the Breed production team. I am a Full Sail grad for recording engineering and got my master's in entertainment business. I've been producing for about 11 years now. Just got my first big placement on Chris Brown's last album. Make sure y'all go check that out. Number 31 special delivery. Shout out to my brothers of the Breed for helping me out with that one. And today I'm going to be showing you guys just a basic tool of how to use Logic X. So first thing in Logic, what you want to do is you want to go here to File, Logic, excuse me, and you want to go to Preferences, and you want to have audio set up. Depending on what interface you use, or if you're using like your outboard, you want to have it here. Your output device is how the music comes outside of Logic. So you want to make sure that's connected to what you have. So right here, I'm using a Scarlett interface, so I want to make sure that's connected there, which it is. If you're using just inside of, so you're using a headphone jack, you plug in just into an amp using an 1/8" cord, you want to use built-in output. All right, so that means your audio is just going to connect to whatever you have plugged up in here. As far as input, you want to make sure that's the same thing. So again, I have the Scarlett set up, and again, if you want to use what's going on into your laptop, you use the built-in mic. Okay, easy way to make sure that you find sound. Okay, after you have that sound there, you want to go here, which is to add a track. Over here, just click this plus sign right here on the left. You have software instruments, which is the instruments inside of Logic. You have your audio. Your audio is for when you're recording audio, when you want to actually use an audio track. You have drummer here. Now, when using drummer, this is also a software instrument, but it's just an easy way for you to get to it, because a lot of people tend to just use drums first and to make a beat and take the melody last. Here you have external Midi. This is used for when you have a keyboard, or let's say you have a beat machine and there's two cords in the back that look like, let's say this is like a spider web kind of sort of, and you will plug those in there and plug that into your interface, and that gives you your external Midi. And then you have here, it says guitar or bass, which you can use the same thing as the drummer. They'll just put the guitar and the bass sound that's up there. So we're going to click software instrument here. And I already made a track, so let's just get rid of this one. And if you look right here on your left hand side, you see all these different instruments that you can use. So simply put, let's just say we wanted to start with the guitar here. We would just double click on that, and here you have your sound already going. Now your sound, it should come out if you set it up properly from what we just talked about in the beginning. So that's how you would add a track. Now let's say that you wanted to easily, let's say if you wanted to add an audio track, you have someone coming in there to record. All right, so you will go back to the plus sign here, and you will click on audio track. All right, and you will hit create. Now, very important that you remember this right here. Whatever input that you have your microphone in on side of your interface, you got to make sure it's the same one inside of Logic. So on here on the Scarlett, I have input 1. So inside of Logic, we're going to make sure I click on input 1. It will not work if you have it on any other input. You got to make sure. All right, when you're recording, make sure you hit, there's always going to be a button that says plus 48V, which is phantom power. That is what you need to make sure that the microphone is working inside of Logic. So you will click that, and once you start recording someone, then you'll be able to hear them, and you'll see the levels. If you can see here, you see like a little green there. That's because we have the headphones already in there, and it's picking up whatever sound that's already around it. Here you have your EQs. You double click that, you have your EQ stuff here, which is good for when you're trying to EQ and make sure the sound is right. If you click right under EQ, actually let's do this. Let's delete this and let's make this basic here. It says audio effects. Now here, if you read it, it says insert the audio effect and click an occupied slot. So what you want to do is you just want to click in here. I showed you the EQ already, and here, let's say if you want a delay, you would just click a delay in here. If you want a compressor, you would just go right to the side, you would click compressor, and you would just click mono, and the compressor will come up. All right, so really a compressor, just a brief description of a compressor, exactly what it says, it compresses the audio down for your file, so it's not overly a high volume, but you always got to be careful, because sometimes when you use too much compressing, it can bring the noise floor up from the bottom. Let's go to the mixer view. So here in the mixer view, just click this button right here, right on this parameters, and this will show you all the tracks that you have lined up. All right, it gives you everything that you need here as far as what type of track you're doing, what audio stuff, that the audio effects that you have up there. So this is a guitar. They have pedals, an amp, channel EQ, and a compressor. So this right here is bussing. Now bussing is something you will use so you don't want to use too much CPU usage on the actual track. So let's just say that we have this audio track here, and let's just click this here. Let's add this bus here, right? If you want to create a track and you don't want to keep having the same thing on the track, let's say like reverb, right? We want to have reverb on multiple tracks, but we don't want to have them exactly on that track like a group. We want to group them in a way. So what you would do is you would go to bus, and here we have bus 1 and bus 2 already taken. So you want to click bus 3, and this will pop up another channel track for you. All right. So here, right here at the top, you see where it says input. We got input 1, which is our microphone, bus 1 and bus 2, which is something a default what they already have, and bus 3, which we created. So on this bus, let's say the only thing we want on this track is our reverb. All right. So we're gonna go down here to reverb. We're gonna click a simple one, which is Space Designer. Just gonna click on that, and your reverb will pop up. All right. So let's actually do something here. Let's create a track here so you can see what the reverb actually does. All right, so I'm just gonna go to software instruments. I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna click on piano. Okay, downward button. So we have something here, and we're just gonna do just a quick chorus so you could just hear something. Just something just like that. Just so you guys can hear that. All right, so we have here these chords, right? So sometimes when you're making a track, you're gonna quantize, but we'll go over that when we start making beats. So now we go to our bus 3, go on this channel here, all right, because we want reverb on this track here. So we go to our bus channel and we click find bus 3, which is what we made. We already have the space here. So on this side right here, this is what they call your send slot, but it's like the volume of how much of this instrument do you want to go inside of the reverb. So because we want a lot of reverb, it says click it. And if you see, if we raise the volume, you'll see the difference in the reverb sound versus when we take all the volume out. No reverb at all, okay? So you could do that with any audio effects at all. So that's your basic way of using Logic. When you want to play Logic here, all you have to do is have the little screen pop up, is hit the playhead button here or the space bar. If you want to record, you could just hit record here, or you can hit R. This right here is the cycle. So this keeps what you make on a loop. Once you have that playing on, it's just gonna keep looping over and over again. If you want to go to the beginning, you would hit this, or you could hit enter. And he's right here. You could use the 2 arrows on your keyboard here, or you could do this for going backwards and forwards. This is pretty much your ways of Logic. Now, like I said, these are just your basic tools that you would need to create something inside of Logic. If you need help or you want to go more into detail, you just make sure that you have this cursor on right here, this question mark. Without the question mark, you know, you're not going to have anything popped up. But if you click up there, any parameters that you go on, such as the key signature, the tempo, or the beats, the metronome timer, anything will pop up, and it should help you out to get started. So once, let's say you got your beat made, even though it's a blank screen here, you got everything all done up like you want it, you can go here to the top, you can go File, Save, or right here on the side you see it says Command S, and you will click that there, and you will name your project name. So let's just name this here. Oops. Right, you will name that here. You will pick a place that you want to put it in. So mine will be here, and we would do this here, and we would just make sure we hit save. So that way the project saves, and then once how you know it's saved is you save it right here, and it says New Haven Culture. So once again, my name is David Deluxe Burgess. I'm a part of the Breed production team. We have a school here. It's called the Breed Academy. You guys can sign up at thebreedacademy.org if you would like. If you want to reach me for more info, you can reach me at deluxthebreed@gmail.com. DLUXTHEBREED@gmail.com, or Instagram, or my social medias, which is the same thing, Deluxe the Breed, DLUXB the Breed. At Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat or whatever it is that you cool kids like to use nowadays. And just hit me up.